Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Bonita Day. I'm Miguel Valdez Faura, CEO and co-founder of Bonita Soft. I'm here with Charles Huyar.
Hi, guys.
Charles, our CDO and co-founder. So we are both really happy to be here. That reminds us, the early days of the company 6 years ago when we first created and launched Bonita BPM 5. Of course, we have a lot of things today we share with you, but this is not just about a new version of our product. It's much more than that. It's about major innovation that we're going to bring to the market. It is about expanding our market reach and business opportunity. But let's talk a little bit about the product. So what is Bonita BPM 7? It's a BPM-based application platform to create and continuously update business application. We've learned a lot over the last 6 years from our ecosystem. So just to give you some numbers, 120,000 community members, more than 1,000 customers, close to 200 partners in more than 70 countries. Those guys has been building those applications, deploying them, maintaining those applications over time for mostly every facet of their business. And the feedback we were getting is that we need more tooling and additional capabilities to better personalize those applications, to make changes on the fly, and this is what all that is about. We decided to put more focus on developers, which for us are the guys that are making those business applications development happening. So we want to make with Bonita BPM 7 our developers heroes, so they can better serve the demands of business people. Sometimes you need to make some compromises when you're developing software, and so we want to avoid those constraints and give the developers the freedom to implement what business users demands and what the business user wants. So before we go a little bit, deeper in what's behind the product, and that's what Charles is gonna explain us in a minute. I also wanted to spend a little bit or spend some time on why this is going to be something big in the market. At Bonita Soft, we really believe that you cannot, create a business application and maintain this business application over time if you don't have, a technical team working on that. We don't believe in zero code approach. We love business users, and we know that technical people are going to work with business users, but you cannot just ignore that at the end of the day, the guys that are making it happen are developers. So we also think that there is a better way to build applications than traditional custom application development techniques. We've all been there, done that, building something hard code, and it's hardly complicated to improve. It's complicated to make changes. It's costly. So that's not the way to build applications. On the other side, BPM platforms seems a solution for that. But people are sometimes complaining that, okay, yeah, it's easy to maintain an application developed with a BPM solution, but sometimes we are missing some flexibility, especially on the user interface capabilities. The BPM market has been talking for the last 20 years about forms, generic portals, and interfaces that are hard to personalize. And of course, if you start making compromises, you're going to end up having applications that are not going to be used by the end users, and they're going to be rejected. So Bonita BPM 7 is a solution for that. So as I mentioned, focus on developers. We make developers heroes. We empower those guys with additional tooling, so you can build those amazing interfaces and you can personalize everything. But also, you can also have capabilities in which you can easily maintain those applications over time and make changes. And of course, this is a win-win relationship for technical people and business people. On one side, your business needs to react to changes all the time. If you have a team that knows how to build applications that are going to react, and you can apply those changes on the fly, then you have a win-win situation. So this is what Bonita BPM 7 is about. And I think it's time to, to have Shala talking a little bit more about, okay, the architecture and some of the key capabilities that we are including in this platform.
Sure. So let me start with some technical stuff. I would like to highlight what are the key technical changes in Bonita BPM 7. So Miguel just explained to us how we think business applications should be done and how we can maintain them. So of course we started with a bit of architecture, so we have made a clear separation between three key stuff in an application. The first one is the business logic, so we are doing that for several years. We call that processes, so of course you know that we are on the BPM market. Second main artifact is data, so we are managing business data. And last one, where a lot of customization needs to be done, is all around user interfaces. So we would like developers to be able to make a clear separation between those three layers, and for that we have introduced a new concept in V7 that we call contract.
You are gonna love it, guys.
Yeah, that's true. So the contract is one way to empower your teams, make sure you can have team collaboration, because people can work on business data on one side, on logic on another side, and maybe a third team with probably different profiles, like front-end developers using, developing the user interfaces. So team collaboration, and of course we have a clear separation between those three main areas. We are going to empower living stuff, live changes on the fly. So this kind of application, this is what we call living application, and this is all Bonita BPM 7 is about.
Yeah.
So I can tell you more about those sustainable applications. So of course you build application and then you maintain them. I would like maybe to start with one major new component we are introducing in Bonita BPM 7. So new concept contract and a brand new web-based UI designer. With this new web-based UI designer, you are going to have a what you see, what you get approach, with a drag and drop user interface in your web browser, favorite one, in which one, you can design not only forms, but pages, any kind of pages that you can include in your living application, forms, of course, but also you can customize your application with layouts, themes, and so on. So that's a brand new component, and that's gonna change the whole picture. In terms of live update, we think we have to maintain application over time. We are developers, I am a developer, but this is not because we are developers that we don't like tooling. Of course, we are going to provide new features around that. You made a mistake, you have a bug in one of your Groovy script, you can change it live. You have a feedback from customers. We all know end users would like deep customization in user interfaces. Sometimes you can completely change the whole thing, the efficiency of your collaborators by changing one page. You can change it live without going through the whole qualification process or stopping the service. So this is what we call sustainable application, living application. You talk about developers, heroes. What would those guys love? So let me spend some time on what developers will love. So of course, we have an award-winning process designer, what we call the studio. So we don't have to, spend a lot of time on this one. It's a well-known and famous component we have.
Still there.
Still there. We changed the whole stuff at the beginning with version 5 on that, so we keep that. We have all those new concepts and so on. We have a robust and performant engine, so we are well recognized on the market for that. And from now, we have this brand new UI designer. In terms of technology, you guys, community, users, customers, have spent some time to provide feedback to us, and we love that. Please do it again. So you said to us that this move we have initiated in 6.4 to AngularJS technology was a great one. We heard you. The new UI designer is made of AngularJS, and you can improve, extend in AngularJS. They will also love something more than technology. I am a developer and I like to be free. So they will love freedom. It is not because you are using a framework. This is what we think. Bonita BPM or other, you don't want to be locked. You don't want to have people making choices for you. So we have thought the whole picture very extensible. So in this new UI designer, we are of course providing native widgets, containers, and so on. If you don't have enough, you can code your own with brand new state-of-the-art technology, include them in the product and use them. If that's not enough, you can finish by hand. You can export everything you made in this UI designer, it generates code, and you can continue by hand without restarting from scratch. Yeah. So that's for the front-end side. But we also have the server side. You know that all applications are now relying on REST APIs. Yeah. We also had feedback from customers and community members saying, we would like something more in the REST API. You cannot cover all our use cases. We have custom stuff, whatever, but we have in one way to install software, and in another end, we have to set up our own REST API for a few changes. You can now extend our own REST APIs. This is also something we heard. Cool. Yeah, of course. This is what we heard in the Java world with our well-known command API. Yeah. We did the same for the web developers. So you will tell us, oh, but it looks like what you did for the connector framework that we initiated in V5. Sure, this is what we did. We had a lot of feedback from you guys saying it was great and we have to continue on that way. This is what we did. But I have also great news about this one. We also improved the connector framework in V7. We are delivering a set of tooling to help you developing and testing your connectors to make it efficient. Yeah. And easy to integrate in continuous integration.
I'm seeing right now some smiley faces over there, no? So happy people that were waiting for this development framework for connectors.
So enough talking, guys. Let's show you. Sorry.
You have a demo for us, no?
Yeah,
so let's see the demo.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's webcast. In this short demonstration, I will give you a sneak peek to the new features available in Bonita BPM 7. For this demo, I will use a simple procurement application which has two processes. One, to request a quote, and another one is to onboard a supplier. Let's look at how an end user would use this application. Traditionally, I would take you to the Bonita BPM portal where the user can start the case and then the other users in the organization can perform the task. But today we will look at something different, an application. As you can see here, this is a dedicated procurement application that I have built because my end users needed a different experience to use this application. As you can see, I have requests and suppliers, so the navigation is created with the menus that I want. The request lists all the open and ongoing tasks, and I can click on any one of them to look at more details. And apart from the task and the business data that I can visualize, I can also continue to do my action of completing the quote or requesting a new quote right from this interface. Suppliers is another view here of listing of all the suppliers, and I can create a supplier if I wish. So that's the personalized application for you, and there is lots more. This is a very simple application that I'm seeing, but you can only imagine what can be done with this. Let's go back and look at the features which support us to build this application. The first feature I want to show you is business data management. This allows you to easily model your business data graphically, as you can see using this interface. You can create data objects and add attributes to them, simple or complex. You can add constraints, indexes, and even write your own SQL queries. This data model can then be used across your processes to accelerate your application development. The next feature to highlight is what is called contract. This is a new concept introduced in Bonita BPM 7, which allows decoupling of business logic and user interface. A contract is essentially an agreement that the user interface needs to adhere to for the process to continue. For instance, in the case of our procurement request here, we have defined that for the process to continue, summary, description, and supplier IDs are the three important data that the user interface needs to provide back to the process so that it can continue. This modular architecture brings in great flexibility and agility and offers the ability to apply changes on the fly, as you will see later when I show you live updates. Moving on to show you the third new feature that's available, we have the UI designer. This is our brand new addition to Bonita BPM 7. It's a web-based designer which is highly extensible and should be used not just to design your forms, but also the pages that you saw could be used to create your own application. So let's look at one of the forms. The UI designer, as you can see, has out-of-the-box widgets available which can be easily used to build your form. You just drag and drop onto this work area and to build your forms. You have the variables and assets where you can initialize your data and the resources needed to complete this form. We have a strong preview feature which allows you to quickly test the forms that you're building. In addition, the forms can actually be optimized for different devices directly as you're building them so that you can be more efficient and have your applications working on any device. And once you start working at the level of each of these fields, you have the details menu using which you can customize this completely. As you can see here, we just discussed the contract, and from the summary and description you can see that the data that is sent back are the two that was expected in the contract. And on the suppliers, we have the supplier ID which is sent back. So effectively this form, as long as it adheres to the contract, the web developer or the user interface designer has complete control over how they want to lay out this form. And the UI designer extensively uses the REST API to support your forms when you want to get data from external systems or leverage any of the web services. Another feature available with the UI designer is the custom widgets, and this is what provides the developers with the ultimate flexibility to build what they truly want. So to look at an example, when you define your custom widget, you have the area to define your HTML template. You can define the code which is going to support this template for your widget. And you also have the ability to define the properties that the user of this custom widget needs to provide for it to function well. So now you have the tools that you need to really go beyond the native capabilities of the UI designer that's available out of the box in the product. With this, we come to an end to today's demo, but this is just the beginning. There is lots more that's available in Bonita BPM 7. So don't wait any longer. Download Bonita BPM 7 today and get started to build applications that your business truly wants. Thank you.
Thank you for the demo. Hopefully you are as excited as we are, about the product. So just to conclude this Bonita Day, I would like to thank the whole ecosystem, and in particularly our community. I was talking about the 120,000 community members, for all the feedback. Also, especially to congratulate the people that were participating to the beta testing of this Bonita BPM 7. product. So thank you. That's really a leverage that we have compared to other companies. This huge ecosystem. So we always listening to you and try to improve the product based on your feedback. So thank you very much. We have plenty of cool things that you're going to see happening also on the community side. In the next couple of months, but I'm not going to disclose all of them. On the meantime, please keep the contribution going. We have a huge number of contribution. I think it's over 100 of, for example, connectors already on the community. As Charles was explaining, now you can also easily add your connectors for widgets, so the graphical components, and also you can even contribute your living applications. So please continue to do that. Also related to that, help us promote this new version of the product. So there are a number of websites like SourceForge, like Amterra, like IT Central, in which you are already providing some reviews of the product. So if you like what you're going to see, please go there and do some reviews for us. And last but not least, we are preparing a pretty cool T-shirt. It's going to be a developer hero T-shirt, so that we're gonna be sharing with the community. So let's keep it I wanted just to introduce the concept, so you will see some communication from us that happening soon. On the meantime, please go to our website, download this new version of the product. A huge a portion of this innovation is available on the community site. Of course, we have also, as always, our subscription version, commercial versions with, a lot of innovation. But please go there, download the community version, start using Bonita, and as always, have fun with Bonita. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.